Okay, the next drill is separating positive, negative, and neutral thoughts. So what I want my person that I'm working with to do is to have an empty jar to start, and they'll open it, play with it, feel it, and you say, this is you. This is your feelings and your thoughts that have happened in the last. Sometimes I'll start with a minute, but if there's nothing that's been going on in a minute, I'll say, okay, tell me in the last day, what do you think your thoughts have been like? And then you have a jar full of neutral thoughts, the green ones. You have a jar full of positive thoughts, which are the white ones. And then you have a jar full of negative thoughts, which are the big, giant red ones. So what I do is I have, it could be a kid, an adult, whoever, have them grab out some thoughts. And it just kind of represents what their life has been like in the last day. You could do the last year. You could do the last 5 years. It doesn't matter. You pick it out. So let's say I had a really crummy day yesterday, and most of my thoughts were red. So I'm going to grab a lot of reds, put them in here, and maybe I had a couple of positive thoughts about myself, but it was really difficult. And of course, you're going to have a lot of neutral thoughts, especially when you just kind of zone out. So I'm going to put a lot of green thoughts in there. And then you just have them look at it and you say, what's your experience with that? What does it feel like to look at this and go, oh, this was my day? Does it feel permanent? And has there ever been a time when, life stayed like this for a while? It wasn't really changing. And what did that look like? And then you start looking at this individually and you say, I wonder if you could just kind of pull out some thoughts that you remember having. So, they'll start grabbing random things like, I have a paper due tomorrow. I'm gonna do really poorly on it, and I'm gonna have an F. My teacher doesn't like me. I have some friends that make me feel good, but there's this one guy who really treats me bad and bullies me. My parents don't really understand me. I wish that I had better friends. I'm worried that I'm not going to be successful or go to college. There's so much pressure on me to be the best kid, and I can't be. They don't know what I've been going through. I really like being online and playing video games, so that really makes me feel happy. So as you see, they'll start naming things that happen without you even having to provoke it. It is actually a really good tool to kind of take their mind off of the experience with the person. Like, a lot of parents have trouble talking with their kids, and if they kind of use these as a talking tool, they're not talking to the parent, they're talking to themselves using beans, and they're able to feel it and kind of simplify it when it really does feel so big. Like these red beans feel really big, and to just name it kind of takes off the pressure of how big it is, and you kind of look at it and go, oh, actually it's not that bad. I thought it felt really a lot bigger. So this is a great tool, and you can ask them to create their own bean jars of their thoughts and emotions. And what it does is it kind of just pulls you outside from a third person's perspective. And that's really the goal here, is to be mindful of your thoughts and not judge them. And just look at them as, okay, that's just what happened. And, you have some compassion for it. Like, yeah, man, that must have been a really bad day or a really bad year. And you learn to have compassion for yourself rather than making yourself feel guilty for feeling these things, which is definitely not what you want to do. You have compassion for yourself, and you become your own therapist or your own parent or your own friend. And that's really the goal for the bean jar, is to be able to analyze, observe, and process and have compassion for your experience and not judge yourself.